what are some of the lessons, the games, this game of life presents us with? Well, thanks to my very special guest today, thanks to someone that has had an enormous lesson in life herself, has gone through the fire, is someone that has created some of the most beautiful, thought-provoking, visually amazing, uplifting, inspiring, and energetically healing art. My very special guest today, internationally renowned artist Jacqueline, and as I like to say, Ripstein is joining me here today. You know what? She has inspired so many people around the world. Lesson 5, I am. And she starts out by saying, to be or not to be? That is the question. That's what Shakespeare asked. That is what we asked. Jacqueline, great to have you on the show. It's great to have you here.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back with you here, Dr. Bat.
What is it about this particular lesson, right? This particular I am lesson that you are so talking to? What is the message of this?
Okay, well, one of the first things is to understand that the saying of Shakespeare, to be or not to be, is that the question? Mm-hmm. And one of the things I'll read the quote here in the book, in the I Am, attempting to be, we move far away from the being until we lose touch with our inner being. So what happens is that when we try to be who we already are, we move far away from our essence.
One of the things that you talk about, and I love this, and I love this particular lesson, right? And, you're probably asking, wow, I wonder why she loves this lesson. Because I'm a work in progress, Jacqueline. I'm a work in progress. There are some days where I so, believe and feel, and my heart is so open to the knowing. Then there are other days that, my humanity takes the lead in things, right? That I don't necessarily see myself as a being of light. And I don't think I'm very different than most. It's interesting, the answer to your question about why do we see through the eyes, the reason that the answer that I came up with, or the awareness that I got from it, is we see through our eyes because our eyes are really limited. We see what we have to see in the physical world, but we don't really see, right?
In reality, if you talk about scientific, studies, the eye doesn't see. We do not really see with our eyes. We are clarifying constantly every second vibrations, and then add to it that we only see under a certain spectrum of wavelengths, which is from the red to the violet. So then why do certain animals, like nocturnal animals in Australia, are able to see under ultraviolet light?
I want to ask you about what the quote that you have, where you say everything is dual, everything has two poles, everything has its pair of opposites, like and unlike are the same. The opposites are identical in nature but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. That is a quote you have in the book. And I got to ask you this question. How is your life like that quote?
Well, it goes exactly like that. Why? Because life has rules like we have in the social, way of living. We have rules in the energy way of living. And some of the energies are that, there are poles. There is the truth, and there's the darkness, there's the light, and everything has a degree within. What does it mean, a degree? It means that between truth and lies, there's a degree of lower vibrations or higher vibrations.
I love what you're saying for different reasons. I had an epiphany with Linda about this topic, this chapter, this lesson the other night. And I said to her, I said, some of the things in my life hadn't made sense up to this point. And I had been reading the chapter before for the show today. And what I came to believe is there were no mistakes in my career. You know, I was given a graphics job to manage a graphics group back in 1987, which never made any sense on paper, Jacqueline. But the bottom line was I used that experience and what I've learned today. We right now are creating the most beautiful websites and things that are just so different from anything. And I get to appreciate your art, perhaps in a way that I would never have appreciated before that 1 year experience working with and managing a group of phenomenal artists.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't it? You go on to say in the book, there is no bad or good in life. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Boy, don't we get in a lot of trouble with that.
Yeah. And you know, Pat, I always say that the moment we live life, you know, when I die, I'm going to look back and say, what experiences did I have in my life? I'm not going to say as a soul being, oh my God, that was wrong, that was good. Because from the soul level, everything is perfect. Everything is in perfect timing, and everything happens for a perfect reason.